So do you suffer with imposter syndrome? Do you think it's something that's potentially holding you and your business back from being what it could potentially be? If so, I know exactly what you're feeling because I used to be there. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 things that I did to remove imposter syndrome from me and my business. Let's dive in. So the first thing is, it may sound obvious, but you need to acknowledge that imposter syndrome is purely a thought process. It's just only what's going on inside your head. There is nothing else physical that, is a manifestation of imposter syndrome. You can't point to imposter syndrome. You can't, pick it up. You can't touch it and feel it, physically. It is purely a mental thought process inside your head. Nobody else can see it. Nobody else knows that it's going on. Only you. And when you start to acknowledge that and accept, and you think to yourself, yeah, actually that's true. It's purely what's going on inside. It's the self-talk. It's what's going on inside my inner thought process. And it doesn't live anywhere else. It's purely inside my head. And I think the acknowledgement of that diminishes the power imposter syndrome has. It certainly did for me, knowing that it's purely a thought process. It's nothing more than that. I can decide what my thought process is. I can decide what impacts how I feel, and I've got control of that. So that was a big one for me to realise that it's not an actual physical thing. It's just a thought process inside my head. Number 2, always adopt and employ a student-teacher approach to everything you do. What I mean by that is, too many people set themselves up, and I did it way back in the early days as well, as this person who knows everything about a particular thing. If you need to know about it, come and ask me, I'm the expert. Versus taking this approach of, I know quite a lot about something, but I certainly don't know everything. And anything I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know it, and I'll go and find out. That immediately reduces the pressure on yourself when you're talking to people. You don't need to worry, are they going to ask me something that I don't know? And that way, I've given myself permission to go into any conversation knowing that I don't care what anybody asks me. I'm either going to know the answer or I'm not going to know the answer. The other great thing about that is that it gives you an opportunity to be a never-ending student, and I love learning new things. And it's this student-teacher approach that allows me to then help people in my audience who want help in other areas of the business. Okay, so the third of my 3 tips, and arguably the most powerful and effective one for me, is be you. Just be yourself. Don't try and be anyone else. Don't try and be that person who is seen to be the most successful person in your sector or niche. Don't try and be, don't try and have the same style or approach as that person that's particularly good on that thing. Just be you, and that comes across so much more naturally to the people who consume your content, consume, what it is you do. And it just immediately relieves so much pressure from you, because you know that no matter where you go, you're just you. There's nobody more qualified to be you than you. You cannot feel underqualified. You cannot possibly feel like an imposter if you just turn up and be you. Is everyone going to like that? No, not everyone's going to like that. Not everyone's going to resonate with you. I know I certainly don't appeal to everyone. I know there's going to be an awful lot of people who don't, consume my content or don't become my clients, don't like the way I work perhaps, maybe don't like the way I look, the way I sound. I can't control that. Within the realms of what I can control is just to be me. That's all I can do. If I turn up every day just being me, whether it's at home, at work, working with clients, or being out with friends, or whatever that thing is, if I just turn up being me, then I'm not giving anybody any false expectations. I'm not creating any surprises for anyone. And I'm not giving any expectations that I can't meet. If if you come and work with me, you're coming to work with me. I'm not going to be any different when I turn up on that call than I am on this video right now here. It's just me talking to a video. I'll be just here sitting talking to you. And if you can do that in your business, whatever your business is, you'll remove so much you'll remove so much pressure from yourself of not trying to be a performer, not trying to be someone you're not. Just be you, and you will never underdeliver. You'll never look unqualified for being you. There is no better person in the world to be you than you. In summary, that's how I completely eliminated imposter syndrome from my business and my life. I accepted and acknowledged that it's a thought process, number one, first of all. It's nothing physical. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just a thought process. And number two is to adopt that student-teacher mentality. Learn as much as you can and share as much of that as you can with other people as a teacher. And then thirdly, just turn up and be you. You can't possibly go wrong being you. And the world will appreciate it much more, I suggest. So I hope you find these 3 tips helpful. Encourage you to go and try and implement it into your life if you do suffer from imposter syndrome. That's my take on imposter syndrome, and that's how I personally eliminated it from my life. I accept that perhaps it's also a bit of an age thing. As you get older, you care less about what people think. So thanks for taking the time to watch this. I hope you got value, and I hope to see you on the next video. Cheers.